Chodesh Tov, everyone. Do you want to live a kosher life, or do you want to live a kosher style life? That's the insight I want to touch upon today. We know that after the second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, Am Yisrael was scattered to the four corners of the world as a punishment, as a klala, not as a bracha. The meaning was never that Am Yisrael would feel comfortable like in other lands than Eretz Israel. And as we know that the Torah is meant to be kept in Eretz Israel, Am Yisrael always aimed for Eretz Israel. And as we know, the Ramban, with the Nun, he said that Yishuv Eretz Israel, even in our days, is a mitzvah d'oraisa. It's a mitzvah from the Torah. There's a keneged kol mitzvahs b'Torah. That's equal all mitzvahs in the whole Torah. And everywhere in the Gemara, like when you speak about the land of Israel, the Shekhinah, the Kedusha, everything is here. To be in Chutz is a punishment. But in our days, unfortunately, a lot of Jews decide to live in Galut. Even today in Eretz Israel, like in the state of Israel, it's also Galut because we don't have the Moshiach is not here yet, but at least we're living in the Holy Land and we can lekayim and we can keep the mitzvahs in the right way, in the kosher way, in the way that Hashem wants us to keep His Torah. Hashem never wants us to keep His Torah in Chutz La'aretz. He never wants us to be there for punishment. But today, Baruch Hashem, we can all fit into the land of Israel. We can all of us find our spot here. Even if you don't agree with the Medina, with the Memshalah, with the state, with the government, as a Jew, you have the right to live here and you can live here peacefully as long as you're not making any issues and you don't have any reason to make issues in the land of Israel, even if you don't agree. So meaning when Jews decide to stay in Galut, in the darkness, to stay in the punishment that Hashem gave us, even if you are observant, but it's kosher style, it's not kosher, because you're not meant to be there. You're meant to keep the mitzvahs, to keep the Torah here, in the land of Israel. So your lifestyle is a kosher style. You like the Yiddishkeit, but you're not willing to keep the Yiddishkeit in the way it should be kept in the land of Israel. You prefer to keep it in Galut, in Chutz La'aretz. I'm not talking about some people who still have to be in Galut, in Chutz La'aretz, until all Jews had left, like the Rebbe Shluchim. The Rebbe Shluchim have an obligation to stay there until all Jews come to Israel. But Tzad Sheni, on the other hand, they have an obligation to try and convince Jews to leave and move to Israel. Not to make them a comfortable and good life where they live. The aim should be to try to help them to move to Israel no matter what. Because in Israel, even if we don't agree with everything here, but this is the kosher way. Everything is beratzon Hashem. Mamash ratzon Hashem. Hashem wants us to be here. The Shekhinah is here. The Kedusha is here. Hashem gave the land of Israel to the Jewish nation. So why is it so hard for many people to leave the Gashmiut and the darkness of Galus and come to live here? They can be so strict with Chalav Yisrael and everything in Chutz, but to live in Israel, Chas v'Shalom, it's not for me. To keep a mitzvah d'oraisa, it's not for me. To do Yishuv Eretz Israel, it's not for me. But how can you go negative the Torah, like against the Torah, against Hashem? Because it's easy to live in Israel today. Baruch Hashem is easy. Israel is such a well-developed country today, and all excuses to stay in the dark, in the schmutz. I don't understand. For what? We lived in America for generations. I have my shul here. But what's your shul in Chutz? It's empty. Here in Israel it's full. Every step you take in Eretz Israel, every step you walk is a mitzvah. Lalechet alma amos be'Eretz Israel is a mitzvah d'oraisa. So why is it so hard for people to understand that they have an obligation to leave Chutz, to come here? What's so hard to understand? What's the excuse? Always excuses to do the right thing. And that's not the Zionist approach. That's the Torah approach. Yishuv Eretz Yisrael k'nei kol hamitzvos b'Torah. Kibush Eretz Yisrael. No, I don't want to keep it. It's not for me. But I have to put tzitzit on. And have to daven. And Chalav Yisrael. And I have no clue what I don't have to do but to live in Israel. No. Who gave you the choice to choose what mitzvahs to keep and what mitzvahs not to keep? Did Hashem say, if you're living in a Jewish community in America, you don't have to keep the mitzvah of living in Israel? No. Yeah, but we have yeshivas and we have everything here. So what? Bring it here. Do the right thing. Just as Avinu did. Lech lecha me'artzecha. Leave your land, leave your comfort, because Hashem told him to do so. And if Abraham was able to leave everything behind and to even travel to place he didn't know, because Hashem told him, to the land I show you. He didn't tell him what. But you know it's Eretz Israel. And Hashem didn't make Abraham's life very easy in the land of Israel. No, for sure not. Famine and everything, he had to go to Mitzrayim, to Egypt. But Israel is a well-developed country. Yeah, but it's not a mitzvah for the Am, because there was only, Hashem only told Avraham, Lech Lecha. We know that the first mitzvah, Tamid says, HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. So he doesn't, it's not for me. I'm not obligated because Abraham was not a Jew, like you always find the excuses. But then it's not true, because the mitzvah of bris milah, you would never say, no, I don't want to do bris milah like on my son, because Avraham, we didn't have a nation like Hashem told Avraham to do it, but as a person, not as an am. So meaning it's no difference here. So kosher style life is great for some non-Jew who wants to taste it. Like you have around the world what I understood like kosher style restaurants. Meaning they're serving like Jewish inspired food. Like a filter fish, choylent, kigel, gehackte liver. What do I know? And it tastes Jewish, but it's not kosher. That's the same way when you're living in Chutz. It tastes Jewish, but it's not kosher. You feel like a Jew, or taste of a Jew, but it's not the right thing. So I'm blessing all of you. B'ezrat Hashem Yisbarach. We're 2.5 months before Pesach, Yitzat Mitzrayim. When Am Yisrael left Egypt, left slavery for 40 years in desert just to arrive in Israel. And then it wasn't a country that was well developed. The wars on the way. Mamash was struggling, but they did it and they managed. And b'zchutam, thanks to them, we are here today in a well-developed land. Because they didn't give up. They went into war. Fine, like with leaders, mamish. But you have to do the hishtadlut yourself as well. You have an obligation. It wasn't only then we had an obligation. We have the same obligation today. So leave your kosher style and live and come here to Israel to live a kosher way, the real Jewish way, and be a part of the Am in the way Hashem wants you to be. Because you can lie to yourself, say like I have my community well established. But that's only fake. You may be well established in the fake world, but the real Jewish world is only here in Israel. I wish you all a beautiful day. Goodbye for now.